How did Europe survive the unstoppable Mongol horde? In the 13th century, the armies of Genghis Khan and his successors swept across Asia, creating the largest land empire in history. Then they turned their sights on Europe. In 1241, Mongol forces invaded Poland and Hungary, annihilating every army that stood in their way. Their tactics were revolutionary for the time. Using lightning-fast cavalry, brilliant feigned retreats, and swarms of arrows from their horse archers, they outmaneuvered and crushed the slow, heavily armored knights of Europe. The Poles were defeated at Lechmica, the Hungarians at Mohi. Panic spread across the continent. It seemed like the end of the world was at hand, and nothing could stop the fall of Christendom. Then, just as Europe lay exposed and helpless, the unthinkable happened. The Mongols turned around and went home. Why? News had arrived of the death of the great Khan, Gadai, back in Mongolia. According to their tradition, all princes of the bloodline had to return to the capital to elect a new leader. This sudden retreat wasn't a defeat. It was a political necessity. But it gave Europe a desperately needed second chance. This stroke of luck bought Europe time, decades, in fact. And they didn't waste it. European kingdoms began to learn from their terrifying encounter. They started to build more professional, standing armies instead of relying on feudal levies. They adopted tactics that emphasized mobility and combined arms. Crucially, this period saw the rise of new powers and new technologies. In the east, the Grand Duchy of Moscow, once a Mongol vassal, grew in strength. In 1380, at the Battle of Kulikovo, Prince Dmitry Donskoy led a united Russian force to a stunning victory over a Mongol army. While it didn't end Mongol rule overnight, it was a massive psychological blow. It proved that the Mongols were not invincible. Meanwhile, a new invention was changing the face of warfare forever: gunpowder. As cannons and early firearms became more common on European battlefields, the Mongols' greatest advantage, the horse archer, became increasingly obsolete. Fortified walls that once crumbled under Mongol siege engines could now be defended with powerful cannons. By the 15th century, the balance of power had permanently shifted. Europe was on the rise, armed with new technology and renewed confidence, while the once mighty Mongol Empire began to fracture and fade. Europe wasn't saved by a single battle, but by a twist of fate, adaptation, and the dawn of a new age of warfare. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of history as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the past. See you next time.